Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. All right. Welcome to Mel's Mat Chat, episode 340. How is everybody doing? This is your girl, Mel. Little different today. Tomorrow's my birthday. I have company coming over tonight for the weekend, and I want to get this done so I can spend as much time because it is my weekend. And it's also Mother's Day weekend. So I'm celebrating those. I'm celebrating twice this weekend. So yeah, that's why I want to get this done. I want to, go and relax for the rest of the day. I just have a couple things that I have to do, and that is it. So yeah. Hopefully everybody's going to have a great Mother's Day weekend. I'm going to try, with the situation that my mom is no longer here with me, and I wish that she was, but it is what it is. So, but anyway, it's going to be a really short show. It is. It's really short, and it's only two shows because last week there was no collision, absolutely no collision. So it's going to get in and out. I'm just going to be doing Raw and Dynamite. That's it. Raw and Dynamite. That's the two. That's all. Because last week we had SmackDown coming from France because of Backlash. Speaking of Backlash, please check out my review of Backlash 2024 and so much more on the channel. Please also go check, please, while you're here, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, upload a video, or do a short, you will all know about it. Please also go check me out on my social media on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, X, Twitter. I'm on TikTok and Cameo, all Mel's Mat Chat. The only thing that is different is my Snapchat, which is Real Mel's Mat Chat. So I got you covered and everything. If you would want, I go over to my X account. It's pinned to the top of my page. If you want to make a donation to the channel, I'll take donations through PayPal. Go check it out until I can get this up to 1,000, and then I can take super chats. Once that's the case, you can then, I don't know if there's like a notation or anything like that, but I will read your name out on here, and I will, you can ask me a question, a personal question, whatever you want, and I will answer it. So it gives you information and everything. Everything's on the table. So go and, check it out and everything. So, yeah, we are going to just do 2 shows, and it's going to be a very short show, but, we are just going to keep on rolling and everything. And please do me a favor. Go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. Also, please do me a favor and go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. If you are trying to murder your thirst and you need the artillery to do it so, please go check out their website for all your artillery. You can get regular water, unflavored salsa water, flavored salsa water, iced tea, and sports packages to make your drink a sports drink. If you're a coffee aficionado, please go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Visit their website for all your coffee essentials. And also, they have great merchandise. So go and try and sample the world's strongest coffee with the lowest acidic rate. Please also go check out House of Glory. They had a really great Cinco de Mayo show. Go check it out on Thriller. Also, go check it. Also, you can check out the rest of this. On May 24th, The War Within, Ken Broadway challenges AJ Francis to a 3-on-3 match. AJ Francis, if you know, was top dollar in WWE. We have Matt Riddle, Gringo Loco, and Amazing Ren going to be at the show. On Saturday, May 25th, Glory of War. We're going to have Boston, and it's going to be in Boston. Mustafa Ali, Mike Santana, Alec Price, Sammy Callahan versus Charles Mason. And then Mike Santana Puerto Rican Day Weekend, and it's going to be June 8th. So get all your tickets at hogwrestling.net, and please follow them on all social media platforms. So we had the fallouts of Backlash, which was Monday Night Raw, and we're gearing up for Double or Nothing. So I will be covering Double or Nothing, and I will be covering the King and Queen of the Ring, which they had first round matches. There was supposed to be 4 matches for the men's and the ladies, but because of time constraints, they're actually going to do it this weekend at house shows this weekend. So if you want to go check that out and make that special, go right ahead and go wherever there are, go get the tickets and go, you have yourself a good time. So we're going to start off with Raw, and then we're going to go to Dynamite, and then I'm going to get you out of here. It's very simple today. I cannot believe that what do you call that? There was no, let me triple check here. Ow, my knee. So yeah, it's only like 2 shows. So yeah. So Monday Night Raw, we get the announcement at WrestleMania 41. We're going to Viva Las Vegas. Can't tell I'm wearing a little bit of Vegas myself. Mr. Zaki Boy, thank you for the birthday shout out. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we're going to be going to Las Vegas, and of course, how apropos, I had to wear my hoodie. It's so cozy, so cozy. So oh crap, I went to the wrong notes. My bad. So with the lineup for Raw this past Monday, we had WWE King of the Ring tournament first round matches. Imperium, the Ring General, Gunther versus the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Tournament first round match, main event Jey Uso versus Finn Balor. The New Day, Kofi Kingston versus WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. The highlight of the night, Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov. Now, the Queen of the Ring first round matches were Shayna Baszler versus Zelina Vega, Lyra Valkyria versus Dakota Kai, and Damage Control's Io Sky versus Natalya. Also, a little announcement that Alicia Taylor will be doing SmackDown. Hi, Terry. How are you? Alicia Taylor is going to, Alicia Taylor, yes, is going to be brought up from NXT, and she's going to be starting on SmackDown, I believe, this Friday. Mike Roman's going back down to NXT, and I think that's bull fucking shit, because so now he's gonna have to take a third string. Meanwhile, he's been there longer than those 2 ladies have been. So what the fuck is going on? Really, what the fuck is going on? Oh, because freaking freaking Samantha fucking cried and broke up her voice because she was crying during Cody Rhodes winning the championship. And we need to coddle these people. We need to praise these women because these women are need to give a voice. Hey motherfuckers, what the hell happened to Lillian Garcia? Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you deserve to this and you deserve that. All right. I'm a woman. I'm a full-fledged woman. No fucking goddamn trickery here. I have a kid. I birthed them. I fucking goddamn up nights and everything like that. I'm a full-fledged fucking woman. And just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I need to get treated differently. All right? If I don't do the work, I don't deserve a reward. All right? And I just believe in that. If just because you're a woman doesn't give you special privileges. So we're going to have to fucking be, they're basically the same fucking voice. I would like to hear a different voice. So I'm going to have to go watch NXT to get my grown. No, I don't want to do that. And the only reason why that she's got a spotlight, Samantha Irving, is because she's marrying to Ricochet. And that's why I can't stand the whole situation of when you are going to get married, you don't belong on that list of keeping the couples together. All right? You get that lovely fucking important piece of paper, the marriage license, then they'll keep you together. And I don't think that they should do that either because that's not fair. I mean, for fucking Christ's sakes, you want to throw this out here? Let's throw this out here. We have Malachi Black and Zelina Vega. They're in two different fucking companies. They're making it work. Sorry, you're not going to be on the same tour as your husband or your wife. Oh, well, deal with it. All right? Samantha may be a lovely person, but she's overrated. She's obnoxious. Yes, I said it. Fucking clip it and show it to her. She's over fucking rated. In fact, I like to mute her. To be quite honest, my all-time favorite fucking goddamn ring announcer was Greg Hamill. Yes, I like Lillian Garcia because she's got a beautiful voice to sing, but honestly, mine is Greg Hamill. Yes. Oh, just because I'm a fucking woman doesn't mean that I have to like every woman. Because let me tell you something. There's only one fucking woman on the roster that I like, and it's Rhea Ripley. After that, I couldn't care two shits about anybody else. I like the men more than women. The women in this crop of women in WWE suck. Let me tell you something. In AEW, I don't have a favorite I don't have a favorite on there. Honestly. They don't do it for me. Honestly. I love their work. Their ring performance is great and everything like that. But no, doesn't do it for me. Because let me tell you something. Women's wrestling don't draw for shit. But I digress. So, Monday Night Raw opens up with a recap of Backlash France. Michael Cole then grabs the mic and says that 3 first-round matches will take place tonight for the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. Cole then says the 4th first-round match for the King and Queen of the Ring will take place live events over the weekend. Cole then announces that the Scottish Drew McIntyre is out of the tournament because he is not medically cleared to compete. So the Judgment Day make their way down to the ring as Michael Cole and Pat McAfee welcome everyone to the show. WWE Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest starts off by everyone off by saying everyone loves main event Jey Uso, but it didn't matter because he is still El Campeon, and El Campeon means champion. Like Chris Jericho used La Champion. It's this. It's the same concept, but only in Spanish. Priest then says he wants to address what happened after his match with Jey Uso regards to Judgment Day. Finn Balor then apologizes, but Priest says he was the one that needed to apologize. Priest then says he appreciates their help and he was still champion thanks to them. Priest then says he appreciates JD McDonough and he calls Balor his brother. Priest then hugs McDonough and Balor. Dirty Dominic Mysterio was just standing there, so he joins in on the love fest. Priest then says Balor will be next king of the ring. Balor then says he's got first round bye because McIntyre isn't clear to compete in this first step towards the Prince becoming the king. I love that aspect. Because if you know, when he was in the Bullet Club in New Japan, he was called Prince Devitt. And I love that. That is so cool. Balor then says he wanted Samantha Irving to announce it now, but before she could, Raw general manager Adam Pearce made his way out to inform Balor that he wasn't getting a first round bye. Pearce then says Balor's opponent is none other than main event Jey Uso and the match. How does that fucking make sense? How does it make sense? Make it make sense. How did fucking Jey Uso, who lost in France, gets an opportunity to become king in the ring? You go to the back of the line. You put somebody else in. And you know who I would have loved to have seen? Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross should have won. Should have gotten the opportunity. But because he's The Rock's relative, of course he's going to get the nod. So we start off the match with, so it's Finn Balor versus Jey Uso for the King of the Ring tournament first round match. The match starts off with Jey and Balor trading arm bars and a pin attempt. Balor then sends Jey into the corner and hits him with a flurry of punches. Jey then turns around and delivers a few punches to Balor. Jey then leapfrogs over Balor and nails him with a stiff right hand. Jey then goes for a sunset flip but Balor rolls through and hits a double stomp on Jey. Balor then continues to work over Jey. Jey then sends Balor out of the ring and then hits a dive on Balor. Balor then sends Jey into the ring post and the commentary desk. Jesus Christ, that thing gets a lot of action. Balor then continues his assaults on Jey. Jey fires up and delivers a few punches on Balor. Balor then sends Jey out to the apron. Jey then hits a head kick, which I believe it's a Pele kick, on Balor. Jey then hits Balor with a crossbody off the top, but Balor kicks out. Jey goes for a hip tap, but Balor continues with a clothesline. The crowd then boos while Balor stomps on Jey. Balor then hits Jey with a final, but Jey kicks out. Then counters the sling blade with a series of super kicks, and Balor goes down. Jey then goes for an Uso splash, but Balor moves out of the way. Jey then rolls through, and Balor hits with a drop kick. Balor misses a coup de grace. Jey then hits Balor with a spear, but Balor kicks out. Drew McIntyre then appears and jumps the barricade. Jey Uso gets distracted, and Balor rolls Jey up for a near fall. Balor then hits Jay with a sling blade. Jay then hits Balor with a spear for the win, and Jay Uso moves on, which is totally wrong. I don't think that's a wise choice. Balor just signed a new contract. So you're gonna say, oh, you signed this contract, and now you're going to end up not even getting anything. Horrible move. So then after the match, immediately makes his way, after the match, McIntyre immediately makes his way into the ring, and Jey Uso rolls out. McIntyre then snarls at Jay, and Jay smiles his way up the ramp. Ivy Nile and Zoe Starks were then shown warming up. The WWE Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, was then shown arriving, and she will have an interview with Michael Cole later on in the evening. That interview, I swear to Christ, Rhea Ripley cannot come back soon enough. Rhea Ripley needs to come back. Becky Lynch is done being a champion, and for all you Liv Morgan fucking marks, she's a transitional champion. Your girl is going to be treated like a transitional champion. Nothing. Do you honestly think when Rhea comes back, she's going to sell a shit ton of merchandise? They're already having it probably in the works. They probably have it already done. She's going to come back, get her title back, and that'll be it. So enjoy this time, because when mommy comes back, she will remind everybody who's on top. Highlights were then shown of the Ring General Gunther beating the Celtic Warrior Sheamus to retain the WWE Intercontinental title at the 2023 Clash of the Castle. Michael Cole then hyped their match for later on in the show, and I love that they're doing this so that they can relive and give you a fresher course on what's going on. We head to the back where the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre is upset at Raw General Manager Adam Pearce for a main event, Jey Uso replacing him in the King of the Ring tournament match. Pearce says it wasn't about Uso. It was about his arm and not being medically cleared. McIntyre got into a sports car and chef's kiss. That was a good, beautiful car. Another beautiful car. CM Punk pulled in right behind McIntyre. Pearce then tells Punk that he's late. Punk then says he knows that it was been a weekend. He got locked in the WWE headquarters last weekend. How in the hell does that happen? Punk then wonders where McIntyre is. Pearce says, you just missed him. Thank God. Punk then asks if they can hit his music because he had something to say. Punk then walks past Chad Gable, screaming at the other Alpha Academy members. CM Punk makes his way down to the ring and went out of his way to shake his hands with Samantha Irving before entering the ring. Punk starts off by apologizing for being a little late. Punk then says he was locked in the WWE headquarters for the past 48 hours. Punk then says he realized where Punk was, so he drove straight here to get into a fight with Drew McIntyre. Punk then says, what if he stays here long enough for McIntyre to come back? Punk then says they all know McIntyre is sitting in traffic scrolling through Twitter. And I love that he said Twitter, not fucking X. Punk then asks the crowd to tweet McIntyre that Punk is there waiting for him. Punk then says if McIntyre is a real man, he will come back and catch a beating he deserves. Punk then says he's going to hold the show hostage and ask the crowd if he could tell them a story. The crowd then says, well, he also said that that's another person's gimmick, LOL. The crowd then says yes. Somewhere in Florida that also Adam Cole is like, hey, that's my gimmick. You want a story time with Adam Cole, baby. Punk then tells the story of tearing his tricep when McIntyre injured him at the Royal Rumble. Punk then says all McIntyre did was delay his WrestleMania dreams. Punk then says in baseball they would call him a five-tool player. McIntyre is just a tool. Punk then says McIntyre claims to hate him, but all he does is talk about Punk. Then says, does McIntyre hate him or does McIntyre hate himself? Punk then says the last time he saw McIntyre, he broke his elbow, and the next time he promises to break McIntyre's face. Punk then says McIntyre fears him. Punk's music then played. Punk then looks into the camera and says he will find McIntyre even if he has to make him go to Glasgow, Scotland. Punk then takes a seat on the top turnbuckle and looks at the watch once more. I believe he's cleared. I believe that Punk is cleared and he's going to face McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. They cannot wait till SummerSlam. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We head to the back where Ricochet is being interviewed and Kathy Kelly. Ricochet was asked about facing Ilya Dragunov in the King of the Ring tournament first round match. Ricochet was interrupted by Braun Strowman, who hugged Ricochet and tells him that it's good to be home. Kelly then asked Strowman why he got involved in Judgment Day business last week. Strowman says he always stands up for little guys and he can't stand bullies. That's a lie. He bullies people online. Queen of the Ring tournament first round match. Io Sky versus Natalya. The match starts off with Sky and Natalya trading submission attempts. Natalya then sends Sky out to the ring apron. Sky then goes for a springboard, but Natalya slides underneath Sky's legs. Sky then hits a kick on Natalya, but misses an acai moonsault. Natalya then sends Sky into the apron. Natalya then sends Sky back into the ring and gets a 2 count. Sky then hits Natalya with a springboard moonsault. Natalya then cuts Sky off and goes up top. Natalya then hits Sky with a suplex, but Sky kicks out. Sky then puts Natalya in a crossface. Natalya then fights out of the hold, and Sky hits Natalya with a stomp. Sky then follows up with a double stomp, but Natalya kicks out. Natalya and Sky then trade pins attempts. Sky then goes for a roll-up, but Natalya rolls through and hits Sky with a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. After a series of reversals, Natalya goes for a sharpshooter on Sky. Sky then kicks Natalya into the ring post. Sky then hits Natalya with a running double knee strike. Natalya knee strike. Sky then hits Natalya with an over-the-moon moonsault for the win. So Sky goes on in the Queen of the Ring tournament. And Natalya was wearing a Owen Hart inspired gear. And I love the fact that they're starting to use his name more and more on WWE TV. Maybe Dr. Martha Hart can fucking goddamn pull her head out of her ass and fucking goddamn allow Owen Hart to become a WWE Hall of Famer where he belongs. Please clip this. She's a cunt. I would love for her to fucking come at me. Because then I'm going to fucking say, everybody else has moved on. You got your fucking money. You should be happy with it. And everybody should move on. All right? It's sad that he died. And I understand you lost your husband. But please move the fuck on. Honestly. Stop fucking holding a grudge to somebody that really didn't have anything to do with it. It was the company that fucking did the rigging. All right? It was a fucking freak accident. It happened. It's sad that he's gone. He should be here, honestly. But it's a freak accident. It's not like he was fucking murdered either. So stop it. So then after the match, Dakota Kai announces that she will be taking the place of an injured Asuka against Lyra Valkyria. Kai then issues a warning to the women's tag team champion, the EST WWE Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and the women's world champion Becky Lynch, that Damage Control is coming for everything. We get a video package of the Mad Dragon Ilya Dragunov. And we love this because then we know who the fuck, but I already know who he is, and he's fucking amazing. Go back to NXT UK on Peacock. Honestly, you're going to be enthralled. Another tournament match. Dragunov versus Ricochet. The match starts off with Dragunov and Ricochet trading strike attempts. Dragunov then blasts Ricochet with chops. Ricochet then kips up, but Dragunov hits another chop to Ricochet that sends him back down. Ricochet then hits a flying knee strike on Dragunov. Dragunov then hits Ricochet with a few German suplexes. Ricochet then sends Dragunov out of the ring. Ricochet then misses and moonsaults attempt off the apron but lands on his feet. Dragunov then hits a German suplex on Ricochet that sends him out on the floor. Dragunov then sends Ricochet back into the ring and hits him with a dropkick off the top rope. Ricochet then jumps from the apron on the top rope, jumps from the apron to the top rope and hits Dragunov with a Hurricane Rana. Dragunov then rolls out of the ring, but Ricochet hits him with a dive. Dragunov then walks to the other side of the ring, but Ricochet hits him with another dive. Dragunov then hits to his feet, with Ricochet hits him with a Fosbury flop. Dragunov then hits Ricochet with a senton off the top rope, but Ricochet kicks out. Dragunov then blasts Ricochet with a machine gun drop chops. Dragunov then goes for a running boot, but Ricochet responds with a super kick. After exchange of strikes, Ricochet hits Dragunov with a rolling senton into a springboard moonsault, but Dragunov kicks out. Dragunov then hits Ricochet with a running knee. Ricochet then escapes a powerbomb attempt from Dragunov and responds with a poison Rana. Ricochet then goes for another springboard, but Dragunov nails him with an European uppercut. Dragunov hits Ricochet with a powerbomb. Dragunov then calls for a torpedo mask out, but Ricochet counters with a recoil. Ricochet goes up, but Dragunov cuts him off and hits him with a suplex. Dragunov then hits Ricochet with an H-bomb for the win, and Dragunov goes to Saudi Arabia, or going to go a step closer to Saudi Arabia. After the match, Dragunov pulls Ricochet up and offers him a handshake. Ricochet accepts the handshake, but they jaw at each other for a moment. They go back and forth. This, I want to see another matchup. I need to see number 2. I mean, please, give it to me. Take my motherfucking money. We head to the back where the Celtic Warrior Sheamus was interviewed by Jackie Redmond. Sheamus starts off by discussing having to undergo medical procedures to get back inside the ring. Sheamus then says there's no secret that he doesn't like Gunther, and he thinks Gunther likes him even less. Sheamus then says King Gunther would be unbearable. Sheamus then says he had bangers with Gunther at Clash of the Castle and at WrestleMania 39. Sheamus then says he will kick Gunther's ass and go on to become 2-time King of the Ring. We then get entrances of the next match, which is Zoe Starks versus Ivy Nile for the Queen of the Ring tournament. The match starts off with Stark sending Nile into the corner and nailing her with a few right hands. Nile then says Stark into the corner. Stark then leapfrogs over Nile and nails her with a lariat. Nile then hits Stark with a shoulder tackle. After a series of reversals, Nile then hits Stark with a delayed vertical suplex. Nile then delivers a few strikes to Stark. Stark then pulls Nile into the top rope and hits Nile with a springboard drop kick. Starks then goes for a German suplex off the top rope, but Nile fights back. Starks off and hits her with a bulldog. Starks then kicks out, and Starks follows up with a super kick on Niles. Starks then hits Nile with a running knee strike, but Nile kicks out. Starks then blasts Nile with a ground and pound. Starks then goes up top, but Nile cuts her off and goes for a suplex. Starks then fights out of it and slips through Nile's legs. then pulls her off the top rope. Niall face then slams into the top rope. Starks follows up with a half Nelson suplex. Starks then hits Niall for a Z360 for the win, and she not Starks Zoe Starks advances. We head to the back where the WWE World Tag Team Champion R-Truth had interaction with the other half of the WWE World Tag Team Champion, The Miz. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce had Dan Hunley, the head coach of the Yukon Huskies. R-Truth thought the NCAA was a small wrestling promotion. This is why he infuriates me. Braun Breaker then approaches Adam Pearce. Breaker asks Pearce why he wasn't in the King of the Ring tournament. Pearce tells Breaker they can speak in his office. We see the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest tell Finn Balor he didn't need to apologize for losing to main event Jey Uso. It was losing to main event Jey Uso, and it was only one match. McDonough then says Balor probably wasn't 100% after Strowman attacked them. Priest then says McDonough can take care of Strowman. Dirty Dominic Mysterio then enters with Carlito. Priest then says he was pissed because Carlito cost him the moment at Backlash in Puerto Rico a year ago. Carlito then says he says if he scratched their backs, maybe they could scratch it in return the favor. Priest then says he doesn't care what Carlito had going on when he tells Dominic to get Carlito out of there. We have a singles match. Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable. The match starts off with Reed and Gable trading strikes. Reed then hits Gable with a DVD, but Gable kicks out. Reed then misses a senton and Gable hits a deadlift. German suplex on Reed for a near fall. Reed then hits Gable with a senton and goes up top. Gable then cuts Reed off and hits him with a T-bone suplex off the top. Sami Zayn then jumps off the barricade and attacks Gable, causing a disqualification. The winner of the singles match due to disqualification is Bronson Reed. After the match, Zayn attacks Reed and sends him over the top rope with a clothesline. Gable then sneaks up from behind Zayn and hits him with a German suplex. Gable then charges in and gets suplexed into the corner. Zayn then goes for a haluva kick, but Reed cuts him off and hits him with a uranagi. Reed then does the same to Gable. Reed then walks to the back and the camera follows him. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is waiting for, and Reed tells him if he wants control, he knows what he needs to do. We get a video package on Lyra Valkyria. I love this. This is what we should be doing all the time with new talent that comes onto Raw and SmackDown. They do it apparently in NXT. So let's just copy and paste here. We head to the back where the ring general Gunther says he doesn't care about putting on bangers. Gunther then says he wants to be the greatest of all time and he has no problem exposing Sheamus as weak-minded people pleaser. Gunther then says Sheamus will not be an obstacle for him. The women's world champion Becky Lynch then makes her way down to the ring for a sit down with Michael Cole. Michael Cole is in the ring with Lynch, and he asks Lynch first about the big hat she wore at the Kentucky Derby, and they were even shown a picture. Oh my God, did you see Seth Rollins with no beard? He looks like a moron. And they even showed a picture. Cole then asks about the championship, and Lynch puts Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Kiana James, and Lyra Valkyria over. Lynch then talks about the championship more until Liv Morgan. It was painful for this fucking this segment, and I am not joking. Liv Morgan interrupts. Morgan says that she's annoyed that Lynch didn't mention her. Morgan then says she's tired of being overlooked. Well, because she's so short, so we're overlooking her. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why did I say that? Morgan then reminds Lynch that she is former Money in the Bank winner, women's champion, and women's tag team champion. Big fucking deal. Morgan also says she beat Jackson, took out Rhea Ripley. Morgan then says she can't believe Lynch still doesn't respect her after all of that. Lynch then says Morgan didn't let her finish. Lynch then says Morgan will get a title shot at King and Queen of the Ring in 3 weeks. Lynch then says Morgan has done a lot, but she's never beaten her. Morgan then says she knows what she has. She knows that she's what she's been missing all this time, and that's a purpose. Morgan then says that she is not has her purpose, and she knows that she can beat Lynch. Morgan also says her purpose is taking everything Rhea Ripley loves, means winning the women's world title. Damage Control then interrupts Kai, reiterates that she said earlier they surrounding the ring. Lynch and Morgan stand back to back, that ready to fight, but Morgan suddenly bails from the ring. Morgan then laughs and says this wasn't her problem. Damage Control then attack Lynch until Valkyria makes her way out to the ring to make the save. We head to the back where Jackie Redmond is interviewing WWE Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. Zayn says issues with Gable is personal while Reed is all business. Zayn then pitches a triple threat match at King and Queen of the Ring. Zayn then says he was knocked down tonight just like he has been many times before, but when the pressure is on, that is when he is at his best. Zayn then says he will walk out of Saudi Arabia still the WWE Intercontinental Champion. We have another tournament match. Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria. This match was pretty decent. The match starts off with Valkyria and Kai trading headlocks and takedowns. Valkyria then goes for a fisherman buster, but Kai escapes. Valkyria then goes up top, but Kai puts Valkyria's foot, causing her head to slam into the top rope. Valkyria then hits Kai with a crossbody off the top rope. Valkyria then follows up with a fisherman suplex, but Kai kicks out. Valkyria hits Kai with a night wish for the win. They got to change that. We get a pre-tape promo from the New Day's Kofi Kingston and says that this tournament is supposed to be where Xavier Woods becomes a two-time King of the Ring, but Gunther took that away. Kingston said he doesn't know when Woods would return, but if Gunther advances, then he can't wait to give him what he deserves. Kingston then says he will have to beat Rey Mysterio first, a man who believes is the legend and an icon and a man he looked up to growing up. How could you look up? You have to look down. Sorry. Kingston then says he respects Ray, but he has to put him down unapologetically. Like his name was Kendrick Lamar or Drake. Drake. Kingston then says he has to win this tournament in honor of Woods because, after all, this time, 3 words still rings true: that New Day rocks. We have a lineup for next week's Raw. We have Jay Uso, and Dragunov. Lara Valkyria versus Zoe Starks. The winners of Gunther and Sheamus, Kingston and Mysterio. And Whoever wins between Baszler and Vega will be taking on Io Sky in the Queen's Queen and King of the King and Queen of the Ring. Main event time for the King of the Ring tournament. Gunther versus Sheamus. The match starts over with Sheamus and Gunther changing chops. Gunther then puts Sheamus in a side headlock, but Sheamus hits a suplex on Gunther to break the hold. Sheamus and Gunther then trade strikes. Gunther then hits a big boot on Sheamus. Gunther then tries to hit his own version of the 10 beats on Sheamus, but Sheamus counters and almost hits 10 beats beats himself. Gunther then blasts Sheamus with a lariat. Gunther then goes to hit Sheamus with a power bomb on the apron, but Sheamus reverses it into a back body drop. Sheamus then hits Gunther with a diving shoulder block off the apron. Gunther then blasts Sheamus with a chop. Gunther then hits Sheamus with a neck twist. Gunther then beats Sheamus down more, but Sheamus fires up and hits Gunther with an Irish curse backbreaker. Sheamus then picks Gunther up, but Gunther slips off Sheamus. Gunther hits him with a lariat. Sheamus then hits Gunther with a white noise. Sheamus then hits Gunther with a power slam and follows up with the 10 beats of the Bataran. Sheamus then goes for the bro kick, but Gunther avoids it. Sheamus then ends up tied up in the ropes. While the referee is distracted, Kaiser ties Sheamus's leg up in the ropes and hits him with a drop kick. Gunther then destroys Sheamus' leg while he trapped. The referee then kicks Kaiser out of the ringside area. Gunther then rips off Sheamus's knee pad and continues the assault on the Celtic Warrior. Gunther then goes for a power bomb. Sheamus then tries to lift Gunther, but his knee gives out. Sheamus then hits Gunther with a clothesline. Gunther then escapes the Celtic Cross, but gets hit with a running knee. Sheamus then injures his knee further in the process, but goes for a bro kick, and his knee gives out once again. Gunther then hits Sheamus with a power bomb, but Sheamus kicks out. Gunther then transitions to a single leg crab, and Sheamus gets to the rope. Gunther then goes up top, but Sheamus cuts him off and hits Gunther with a Celtic Cross, but Gunther kicks out. Gunther then hits Sheamus with a German suplex. Sheamus then gets up and tells Gunther to bring it. Sheamus then hits Gunther with a knee strike. Sheamus then hits Gunther with a bro kick, but Gunther kicks out. Gunther then puts Sheamus in another single leg crab. Sheamus then tries to get to the ropes, but Gunther pulls Sheamus back to the middle of the ring, and Sheamus taps out. And then after the match, Gunther stands tall and celebrates as the show comes to a close. That's it. Now we're going to move on to Dynamite, and then I'm going to get you out of here, and then I'm going to start my fucking birthday weekend off right. Today is Thursday, I know. Tomorrow is my birthday. So I am going, this is technically pre-gaming, all right? I'm going to pre-game a little bit, all right? Dynamite was coming from the Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So we start, before we get into this, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications, so when I go live, upload a video or do a short, you'll know about it. Please go check out me on my social media and follow me there at Mel'S Mat Chat on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, X/Twitter, TikTok, and Cameo. Go check me out all on there. Please also check me out on my new Snapchat, Real Mel'S Mat Chat. So go check all them out. Plus. So you all know it's going to be back to Friday next week. Friday at 2:30. Not 2:30, 2 o'clock, sorry. I might be moving that up in the next couple weeks. I might be doing it at noon, depending on how my schedule starts to pan out. So you might be getting me a little earlier. And Jerry the King Lawler is no longer with WWE. If Tony does this, I don't want to fucking hear it anymore. He is just like fucking TNA. He's like everybody over there. We started off with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. It was off to the races with both men duking it out to begin the match. Trent tried to retreat to the floor, but Orange followed him with a tope suicida. Orange rammed Trent into the steel ring post. Trent fired back with a lariat. Trent grounded and pounded Orange on the arena floor. Trent whipped Orange towards the barricade, but Orange hurled it over. Orange slugged Trent, and they began to brawl up the arena steps. Orange clubbed Trent as the fans chanted, freshly squeezed, freshly squeezed. Orange reversed a suplex from Trent. Orange charged at Trent, but Trent backdropped Orange over the barricade, sending Orange crashing onto the arena floor. Back in the ring, Trent connected with a flying knee, but Orange retaliated with an orange punch. Don Callis walked onto the stage and down the ramp, approaching ringside. Callis joined the commentary team for this match. In the fucking middle of the match. What the fuck? Don Callis walked onto the stage. Orange and Trent traded forearms in the center of the ring. Orange spiked Trent with a DDT. This is kind of tremendous. It's nice to have best friends, but it's better to have family, said Don Callis. Trent ducked Orange and countered with a half and half suplex. That's well scouted right there, Don Callis. Trent spiked Orange with a jumping pile driver, but sending a message by not going for a pinfall cover. Trent pulped Orange with a second pile driver. Trent blasted Orange with a running knee strike. Trent ripped off a turnbuckle pad as the ref was checking on Orange. The ref walked over to Abominous Trent, and as the ref and Trent argued, Orange removed a turnbuckle pad on the side of the ring. Orange smashed Trent's head in an exposed corner and rolled Trent up for the pin. Do we see a Orange Cassidy heel turn? I would love to see it. I would love to see it. He's such a fucking he's such a fan favorite. I would love to see that other side of him. And stop with this fucking hey, get fucking angry. I want to see another side of him. Trent Blood's this made me fucking like me. This may make me like Don Callis. If that's the case, that's fucking crazy. Trent blindsided Orange for the match, seething with anger and frustration. Trent gouged Orange's eye. Trent hit a pile driver on Orange at the top of the ring's steel steps. Trent catapulted Orange underneath the ring into the frame. Trent grabbed a toolbox and approached Orange, but Orange grabbed a steel chair to protect himself. Don Callis jumped up from the announcer's desk and tried to calm Orange down, while Chris Statlander ran out to try to talk some sense into Trent. Don Callis helped Orange Cassidy walk to the back. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Orange Cassidy is very lucky to the intervention of Don Callis. That's what I'm saying. Footage from early in the day showing the Elite pulling into the arena. They pulled into Tony Khan's reserved parking spot, laughing, saying, "He won't be here today. He's still recovering in Jacksonville." After the beating he sustained last week in his hometown of Winnipeg at the hands of the Elite, EVP Kenny Omega had an important announcement tonight. So we all thought maybe it was going to be retirement. No, it wasn't. Kenny was in a hospital gown in bed. Omega, I must apologize. I don't seem like myself. I wish I could be there in person tonight, but it turns out your EVPs had other plans in mind. 15 years, you guys were like family to me, and yet we're here. Well, here I am at the ER. Horrible fucking fake hospital. They couldn't fucking goddamn, while they were in Jacksonville, Tony couldn't say, I'm going to give a donation of $500,000. We need to use the hospital if it's not busy. It's hard not to take what you did to me personally, so I really have to thank you, Matthew, for reminding me what you did wasn't personal. It was business. As EVP, I guess I have business to take care of too. Before I get my health taken care of, I got to thinking. May 26th marks 5-year anniversary of where it all started. Double or Nothing. I figure that since you guys like to stroll to beat of your own drum, since you like to make your own rules, why don't you throw the rule book out the window? Anarchy in the arena, no rules. The Young Bucks, Okada, and Jack Perry team against Team AEW. Two names off the top of my head: the greatest tag team in AEW history, possibly the greatest tag team of all professional wrestling history. Two guys that have the courage to step up to you, and it's FTR. And the other two, I'm really new to this matchmaking thing, but something tells me on the first come first serve basis, they'll reveal themselves to you tonight sooner than you might think. And until we meet again, goodbye and good night. Bang. Matchmaking thing. Jesus fucking Christ. You've never matched made in your entire life. Please, Kenny, give me a fucking break. Terrible acting, Mr. Omega. Ahead of their match for the AEW Women's World Championship at Double or Nothing, Tony Schiavone interviewed the Professor, Serena Deeb. Deeb, I'm wrestling for the Women's World Championship in Vegas at Double or Nothing against Tony Storm. I'm aware of the narrative going around, and people are saying Deeb isn't going to be able to defeat Tony Storm. And as much as it upsets me to hear, I also get it. So I wanted to give my reasons why losing at Double or Nothing is not an option for the Professor. Several months ago, I finally made my in-ring AEW return. 15 months on the shelf, and it was the hardest 15 months of my life. Last year, I suffered series of 3 unprovoked seizures, the most traumatic experience, and it was the weight on my shoulders at all times. It also was so scary. Nobody could figure it out why what was happening to me. I had all this time to reflect on what I wanted and what I needed at this point in my career. The thing that stuck out was this dream of finally becoming AEW Women's World Champion. I imagined it would likely to finally become world champion. AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Tony Storm walked onto the ramp, interrupting Deeb. Deeb, the Storm. I thought I was going to hear from my challenger, but all I heard was a charity case. So here, take this money donation. Deeb. Tony, I highly suggest you start taking this seriously. I've quite literally fought for my life, and at Double or Nothing, I'm going to fight for my life and finally become AEW Women's World Champion. Storm, I don't give a single solitary shit. Tony, try to cheap shot Deeb, but Deeb knocked out Storm cold with a right hand. Lexi Nair was backstage to interview Orange Cassidy, and Cassidy was being examined by AEW medical staff. Rocky Romero walked in to check on Orange. Rocky, I just got off the phone with Tony Khan himself. Tony said, I beat Jay tonight, you and me, a partner of our choice, to get a Trios Championship title shot. Mariah May versus Harley Cameron with Saraya. Saraya distracted Mariah while Harley clubbed Mariah from behind. Harley landed a knee strike. Mariah filed back with chops to Cameron. Mariah drop kicked Harley. Harley kicked Mariah, diving Mariah down to the arena floor. Back in the ring, they exchanged strong shots. Mariah planted Harley with sky high for a near fall. Cameron caught Mariah with a jawbreaker. Mariah headbutted Harley. Mariah drop-kicked Cameron from the top rope. Mariah tried for the hip attack, but Saraya pulled Harley out of the ring. Mariah staggered Saraya with an elbow strike. Mariah finished off Harley with Mayday and pinned Harley. Saraya attacked Mariah May after the match. Marina Shirakawa sprinted to the ring to come the aid of Mariah May. Mina leveled Harley with a spring back elbow. Where's Tony in all of this? asked Excalibur. Hold on 1 second. The bastard Pac was backstage. Pac, I'll be honest with you, at this time I'm not concerned with the Death Triangle. The Unified World Trios champions, the Bang Bang Gang, were walked by Pac and interrupted him. Jay White, I think I can help you with the confusion here. Nobody's concerned with the Death Triangle because the triangle is DEAD, dead. You need to be concerned with yourself because you're coming off a loss against Okada. Maybe I should go after the Continental Championship and Okada. Maybe, but tonight I've got Rocky Romero, so you and your friends can hang out in these dark hallways, and maybe you can learn a few things about winning. AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland and the Patriarch Christian Cage went on a face-to-face. Swerve, I'm in a foul mood. Quite frankly, I'm in a fighting mood, and here's why. Footage was shown last week at Dynamite when Killswitch yanked out the hair of Swerve after cheap shots from Christian Cage. Swerve, Christian, I can't blame you for what you did. You see someone at the top, you go for that person. I'm not going to wait any longer. So, Christian, I want you to bring your ass out here, and we're going to have a conversation right now. Christian walked out with Mother Wayne, Nick Wayne, and the Kill Switch. Christian Cage, people are saying it was sick that we ripped out one of your dreads last week, but it was by design. I've decided every single week I'm going to take something from you until ultimately I take what I want. You've been riding a huge wave of momentum, and you rode it all the way to the World Championship. But at Double or Nothing, that is going to crash at that wave is going to crash at my feet. You are not in my league. I deserve to stand at the top of the mountain as your AEW champion, world champion. But at Double or Nothing, the dust was set. After the dust settled, Swerve, you can take comfort knowing that when your house is being foreclosed on, you can see gold whenever you want, even though you won't be champion anymore. You can look in the mirror and see those super gold teeth, unless I take those teeth from you right now. Swerve, I told you I wasn't coming alone. The Mogul Embassy, Toa Leona, Bishop Khan, and Brian Cage entered the ring. Swerve, what's wrong, Christian? I want you to get in the ring right now. How dare you come in and get it? Come and take my gold teeth. Come take my championship. Oh, that's right. You won't. We all know that when Christian is faced in an uncomfortable position, he's going to say, I quit. Brian Cage attacked Swerve from behind. Khan and Toa assaulted Swerve. The gates of anarchy hurled Swerve at Cage, and Cage powerbombed Swerve. Cage press slammed Swerve over the top rope onto the arena floor. The gates of anarchy threw Swerve off the steel steps and down through the announcer's desk. Backstage, EVP Nicholas and Matt Jackson applaud Christian Cage. Christian approached the Bucks and thanked them for the great idea. Christian, it's been a pleasure conducting business with you. Matthew, looking forward to more. Christian, yeah, it's a start of a very fruitful working relationship. TBS champion Willow Nightingale was backstage being interviewed. Willow, I'm ready for Double or Nothing. The CEO of Mercedes Moné, I am ready to challenge. I'm ready for any challenge at any kind of match, whether it's Dynamite match, Rampage, Collision, any international challenge. The question is whether I'm ready. The question is whether Mercedes ready. May 26th, Las Vegas, you better be ready. Rocky Romero versus Switchblade Jay White. Rocky rocketed outside with a tope suicida to Switchblade. Rocky connected with lariats, but Jay White clocked Rocky with a clothesline of his own. Rocky spiked Jay with a DDT. Jay tumbled outside the ring. Rocky launched off the ring steps with a Hurricane Rana to Jay White. Rocky connected with a crossbody press for a near fall. Rocky nailed Jay with a running sliced bread for a 2 count. Jay White. Jay White grabbed Rocky and planted Rocky with a brainbuster. Jay White finished Rocky with a brain blade runner and scored the pin. The Guns held Rocky after the match and a double team. The bastard Pax saw enough and came down to the ring, causing the Bang Bang, chasing off the Bang Bang gang. FTW champion, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho and Big Bill versus Mo Habari and Harlan Abbott. Mo brought down Jericho with a drop toe hold. Big Bill tagged in and hurled Habari across the ring. Big Bill splashed Mo and Harlan in the corner. Big Bill hit planted Harlan with a bossman slam. Big Bill choke slammed Habari. Big Bill choke slammed Abbott. Big Bill tagged Jericho. Chris Jericho rocketed Abbott and Judas with a Judas effect and pinned Abbott. This reminds me of fucking Jericho, honestly. And he's got that fucking thing trademarked. I wouldn't be surprised that they fucking use Jericho or something like that, or something with the vibes of that. So Jericho, thanks guys. I know people are saying Jericho's back on Dynamite again. Yeah, of course I am. I wish I could be on for the full 2 hours, but I'm the FTW champion, and the FTW is for all of you. Big Bill has been pulled into the Jericho vortex. You did a great job tonight, Big Bill. I want to thank Hook. We haven't seen him since he essentially hit himself in the face with a baseball bat at Dynasty. Hook, you take too much time. Hook, you take as much time you need it. Tony Schiavone entered the ring. Schiavone, we've been informed that Hook will be returning next Wednesday right here on Dynamite, so you don't have to wait long, Chris. Jericho, all right, Hook, we'll all celebrate. Main event time. Cope Open, TNT Championship, no DQ match. The Rated R Superstar, Adam Copeland versus the House of Black's Brody King. Brody King hammered down with elbow strikes. Copeland charged at Brody's midsection. Copeland charged again, but this time Brody countered with a neck breaker through the ropes. Brody tried for a pile driver on the apron, but Copeland countered with a DDT on the steel chair on the apron. Copeland slapped a bloody Brody in the face. Copeland connected with a diving crossbody from the top turnbuckle. Copeland broke off the crossbar off the steel chair. Brody walloped Copeland with a lariat. Brody whipped Copeland into the steel chair that Copeland had propped up on the turnbuckle moments earlier. Both men had the same idea, knocked one another down with big shots. The fans chanted, "This is awesome, this is awesome." Brody clocked Copeland with a discus elbow strike. Brody smashed Copeland with a running cannonball in the corner for a near fall. Copeland fought his way free of the Gonzo bomb. Brody blocked a spear, and Copeland spiked blocked a spear from Copeland and spiked Copeland with a pile driver. Hold on. So Copeland drilled Brody with a Death Valley driver on the apron. Copeland speared Brody off the apron. The momentum of knocking Brody through the table on the arena floor. Copeland speared Brody in the center of the ring and pinned Brody. What a hell of a win, said Shivani. After the match, Brody blasted Copeland with a clubbing lariats to the side of the head. Kyle O'Reilly ran to the ring and hit a flurry of offense and on Brody. Kyle and Copeland battered Brody with lariats over the top. So you would think that this segment would have been before the match. So Mercedes closes Dynamite. After this whole thing, people probably churned it off. Oh my God. This was a terrible run through. The CEO, Mercedes Moné, backstage with strong words for TBS champion Willow Nightingale. This whole fucking was the way they staggered everything. The TBS championship wasn't getting getting the main event, but you got these women, you got the woman, you got all these interviews. How do you fucking do that? So anyway, Mercedes, we're 18 days away from my in-ring debut for AEW. Here in AEW is where the best wrestle. Sweetheart, you haven't wrestled in AEW, so I thrive in the spotlight and the pressure. Yes, I'm ready for Willow at Double or Nothing. But as far as Willow goes, Willow, you took something from me that I can never get back. Time. I lost a year in my career, but I'm at a whole new level and I'm back with a vengeance. Willow had a run of her career because of me. At Double or Nothing, I'm going to take more than just your title. I'm going to wipe that stupid smile off your face. At Double or Nothing, Moné changes everything. Money changes everything. Moné, whatever. Then we go to another segment in the back. Oh my, why? I would like to end a wrestling fucking program with wrestling, not fucking interviews. All right, it's not AEI. It's AEW. Lexi Nair was backstage interviewing TNT champion Adam Copeland and Kyle O'Reilly. Lexi, Adam, how does it feel to finally have an ally and battle against the House of Black? Copeland, I got to tell you, it's a relief. Kyle, thank you. I was in trouble out there. Kyle, I'm happy to help. I've got a favor to ask. This Saturday at Collision, we're in my hometown, Copeland. So that's why you came to help me. If that was your plan, well played. I'll tell you what, Vancouver, your hometown, Collision, Open, TNT champion, you're on. May the best man win. So then we have the egos. Sorry, the cups. The bucks. The schmucks. Yeah. The EVP, Matthew Nicholas Jackson, Okada, and Jack Perry. Matthew, I have an important message. Nicholas, first thing on the agenda tonight, Mr. Rainmaker, Okada, has a note for Kenny Omega. Okada, hey, Kenny, the best bout machine says get well soon. Oh, wow. Okay. Matthew, and speaking of an unwell people, Tony Khan, I know you're watching at home in Jacksonville. I just want to say you're the best boss I've ever worked for, and I hope you're feeling better too. I just wish you have gotten out of your own way and realized that we were never here to hurt AEW. We're here to make AEW a better place. So what did you do? You got in our way, and we had no choice to give Tony Khan a Tony Khan driver. And Kenny Omega, last week you decided to end a 15-year-long friendship. So what did we have to do to you? We had to give you an EVP trigger to an EVP. Nicholas and Kenny, the only reason FTR saved your ass is not because they like you, it's because they hate us. FTR, guess what? Anarchy in the arena. That's what you want at Double or Nothing? then anarchy in the arena you're going to get. Good luck finding your 2 other people to have big enough balls to face the elite. We run this damn show. Sounds like a little bit of Triple H coming out of his mouth. FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler walked onto the stage. Dax, I knew going into this fight wasn't going to be easy to find a couple of guys willing to fight against EVPs of the company. But after a little convincing, those big balls you're talking about, I think we found a couple of guys who have big enough balls for the job. Mad King Eddie Kingston walks out onto the stage. American Dragon Bryan Danielson walked. Weren't those two kind of fighting? Now all of a sudden they're on the same fucking page. What the hell? Love you. Have a wonderful birthday. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Chris. Tony Schiavone informed us that receiving text messages from Tony Khan and Kenny Omega. What are we doing? The anonymous general manager here? Where's Michael Cole when you need him? And Kenny Omega informing us that Bryan Danielson will return to action this Saturday. Team AEW got into the ring. Matthew Jackson yelled at them, "Don't put a finger on us." Team AEW wasted no time hitting the elite with rights and lefts. A Donnybrook is breaking out here, said Excalibur. AEW security had to pry them in the teams with both, and that was special programming. No, buckle up for 3 straight hours of AEW this Saturday. Don't miss it. AEW Collision and Rampage will be live this Saturday from the Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. And then next Wednesday, they will be at the Angels of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington. So that is that. And that's the end of the fucking show. So I want to say thank you for everybody who did hop in. Please do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, TikTok, and Cameo, Mel's Mat Chat. Also, please go check my new Snapchat. It is Real Mel's Mat Chat. Also, if you want to donate to my channel, please go to my X, or it's in here in my posts. You could scan my PayPal and you could put anything as much as you want. I'm not saying a dollar amount or anything like that, because I got to wait till I get to 1,000 followers so I can get certified and I can start taking super chats. You can put questions in, you could do shout outs, whatever you want to do. You could donate it. Please go right ahead. Also, please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com, Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com, Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com, and check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. I will be back here next week at the original hours at 2 p.m. It could be possibly earlier, so follow me on X. And I'm going to have a great weekend. I want to wish every mother out there that have children who are also stepmothers and everything like that, have a wonderful and adopted mothers and that mothers of beautiful children. And I'm sorry, I love dogs, I love pets and everything like that, but you're not parents. Sorry. You can leave your pets at home. You can't leave a child at home. That's where I cut the line. So have a great Mother's Day, and just please be safe, drive safely. If you're going to be drinking, designated driver or Uber or Lyft. And I'm not a paid spokesman for either one of them. Also, please just enjoy the day, and thank you for allowing me to come into your lives. I love you all, and please remember to like and share and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications, so when I go upload a video, to go live or do a short, you will know about it. I love you all. Have a happy Mother's Day. And tomorrow's my birthday, 42. Here I come. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.